Join us today as we go to the Dai Ichi Bonsai Club during Mother's Day weekend. So here we're at the Ken Nakaoka Community Center. Back as Dai Ichi's having their show finally after a 2-year hiatus. As we walk in there, the sales table really quick. Some vendors. We can go to the main hall. So let me just kind of get through these trees. Really, there's a beautiful pine, a black Japanese pine. Nice display. Love the accent. You can tell it's a really old tree based off its bark. You usually get that flaky barkiness. Just a bit yellow. Could be a little overwatering, but still overall nice tree. There's a young Japanese maple forest.
All right. You want to go with the third purchase?
There's a femina, nice old femina. Beautiful part about feminas, they're part of the needle juniper family. Really nice twist right there on the front. Nice gin top.
Those are my trees and that's my husband's tree.
Lovely.
So if you have any questions.
And they're all very similar style. This is Elsa. I have Elsa here in the back of the camera, so she's the proprietary of these trees. Any reason why you went with the broom style, all 3 of them?
That's just what the trees wanted to be.
Awesome. Okay. You didn't fight the style.
No. I don't. You know, my philosophy, if you want to call it that, is to let the trees be what they want to be.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, though.
Sure.
Beautiful trees.
Thank you.
Here's a tough one usually to do, especially watering. Lovely cork elm. Well done. It's Maluka, look at that. These are much bigger specimen. Oopsie. Really drought resistant, tolerant. Usually known for that lovely flaky bark. Nice wind style, or windswept. Very nice. Let me walk around the other way. Work from the back forward. We have a side cave, like over a cliff. I usually like looking at compositions like this. I do like using kind of these modern techniques. If you look right here, it's pinned down with a rubber tubing or surgical tubing around wire so it doesn't cut into the tree, and that's tied into that rock itself. It'd be interesting to see how it's tied in all the way, but overall, very beautiful composition. Here's a Baikoen juniper. Nice padding, it's really beautiful. Love the shore right down the middle. I forgot there's a name for that one. If anybody remembers what it's called, if you leave that in the comment section, it'd be great. Look at this padding. Really well done. Whoever did this work. Put a lot of time and effort into it, and it really shows. I do appreciate that. Really tough to do. Takes a lot of time to do this correctly. There's a really big tree. Stand back a little bit. It's a California juniper. Okay, nice tree. Nice light vein right down the middle. You can see this light vein right down the middle. You can tell it's an old tree. If you look at the kind of the natural gens, you can't really like manufacture stuff like that because it usually gets really smooth. That breakage is really over time. This is a natural foliage California juniper. Has not been grafted. It still has this native foliage, which I actually enjoy to look at. Everybody's taste is different. They're doing a demo on the front, so let me go on this side. I'll turn around. Here's a nice fig. This is actually like I think it's an eating fig, like a black mission fig. Reason why I'm saying that, the leafage is actually pretty large on this tree, but it's to scale. It's a nice Henkenkai or a semi-cascade. Really done. Well done. There's a Brazilian rain tree. It's not happy in the dark. You can tell by the leaves are drooping. Zoom in. If you look carefully, it's they close. So without the lack of sunlight, they start to close up for the night. I think it's a type of protection mechanism. Here's a really cool Shimpaku. It's really large. Back up. What I do enjoy about this is that shari dike down the middle. Look at that. It looks really natural. I do like that tight, really tight apex with the foliage. Really nice. It was almost like a good choke cotton or a formal upright. Here's another Psyche. Really nice. Like a little river walk right down the middle. Looks like two different M's, one on each side. Really nice. Let me walk around the other side. Let's go to the Tokonoma here. Or maybe not. I'll go down the other side. Here is a dwarf jade. Lovely forest. I'll probably grow in a couple years. This is an interesting one. This is a honeysuckle. Usually trees that are viney like this, really tough to do bonsai with, just because the length of the growth really pushes out. You can see there's a lot of wire on this tree, but it's being pushed out to the right side to fill in that canopy area. It's like a wind swept. Usually these vine-like trees are really hard to shape into a traditional bonsai. Here is a bougainvillea. It looks like a pygmy pixie, like the dwarf variety, just because of the leafage right here. Really small, really compact. And then the flowers are more like a modified leaf, because the flower is actually that center portion right there. The leaves are that modified color. Here's something, whoa, there's a loose tile right there. It's just stepped on. This is an unusual tree. It is an English oak. Really don't see oak trees like this. Really unique is that structure, leaf structure. We usually see like California live oak, cork oaks, but you don't see this lovely petal shape. And it's really beautiful, real unusual, especially here in Southern Cal. Awesome tree. Here is a ficus over, let me get that in frame. There's a ficus over rock. Rock really accentuates that nabari, which it doesn't have. And sometimes rocks are used like that to not hide flaws, but to accentuate what it doesn't have. and it gives that illusion of having a really wide nabari. You kind of see this type of work in the tropics where you have that really wide nabari. Here's a really old tree. This is a femina. See, feminas really have that upright look. This one really has an old, kind of like aged, weathered. It's suffered through a lot of storms. It looks like something you'll see in like the California forest here, especially in Yosemite or in Sequoia. Realistic, I like it. It's real, probably a really old tree. It's some really like that struggle of live being versus not. I wish you could see the live being in the front, but overall that's a really good impression. Here's a really giant bougainvillea. I think we've seen this bougainvillea before. Really beautiful. Especially the color, it's perfect. Here is a Procumbens nana, which is a dwarf variety of Procumbens. Really nice detailed work. Again, I do appreciate wiring, especially at this detail level. It takes a lot of time to get it done right. One of my favorite variety to hate. I never had good luck with rosemary. They never like their roots touched. They're really easy to grow, but once you put them on a pot, they become very tenuous as best, but it's a beautiful tree. Let's go back to the Tokonoma. Let's take the whole in. This classic Tokonoma has a 3-point display, the scroll, the main tree, and its pot. It is a Saikei. Should be 3 trees, usually classic. Very nice. Here's an olive, informal upright. Not bad. Barkage there. That's been cut in the front there, but probably a couple more years. This probably won't even be seen. Actually, the cut won't be seen in a couple more years, though. Let's revisit that in a couple years. Here's an old olive stump. Literally says old olive stump. It's kind of cool. I do love stumps like this because you can do so much with it. I think the aftercare, just trying to preserve that wood, but olives are pretty dense wood, so it'll last for a couple years. Here is a viewing stone donated by Harry Harrell. Harry's known for his stone collection. I've seen it once at his house, and I was blown away about. You can probably build a whole foundation. We were laughing about that with all the stones he has collected over the years. Nice die on that one. Here's a juniper. It's probably but look at this barkage. Look at that. Look at the shard right down the middle. That is really naturalistic. It's hard to do that. Beautiful work. There's a display of trees here. It's a 3-point display with an accent. You can see this Shenpaku really well done. This black pine. And these are all shohin. They're under 8 inches from the height of the pot to the top of the pot to the top of the tree is less than 8 inches. Well done, well done. Let me see if I can get back to the other trees that are being blocked. Here's a tree. It's Japanese black pine, almost a bunjin style, or a lirari. And that's usually denoted by really whimsical tree line with very minimal foliage, which this kind of tree displays. Just well done, a lot of artistic work to get to that point. We get to the other side, which is blocked. Excuse me. There's a ginkgo forest. Ginkgos are pretty hard to do as a display just because they're such slow growing. They don't really ramify very easily. It's just beautiful. The leaves are just beautiful on this one. One last tree. There's again, this is a bunjin. You can see by the whimsical tree line there. Maybe zoom in. Of course, you got this lovely tree line. Nice little small bunjin. If you like the show so much, you can actually come tomorrow. That actually ends at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and it's through Mother's Day weekend here at the Ken Nakaoka Community Center here in Gardena. And then if you guys like the video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.